people will come in and out.
Lean.
Oh,
Right. So to avoid problems, enjoy everything, you know? That's a different thing. That's really different than before my 160, 168. It's horrible, you know? So now, I'm back because I want to enjoy it, you know?
Julio, you came in here talking about how happy you are, and for you, does this fight could it be a healing for you for all of the other fights where maybe you felt like you came up a little bit short, whether it's Sergio Martinez or Canelo or Anderson Silva even if it's at this advanced age, can you still feel like, hey, this is the fighter, this is the champion that I can show that I really am?
So what do you mean that, like, Jake?
Yeah, this fight on Saturday night, if you can win, does that wash away all of those other bad feelings that you may have had?
Yes, I think it's so important to win this fight for that. This not only the Canelo's fights and this fight, because I recognize and I love the fight, my weights and whatever happened, but like fights like Anderson Silva, out of shape, and a couple of others. Yes, I wanna like prove them. I'm still a good fighter, and my level is still the same, but the difference is I don't have good preparation for my fights before, because I'm in other things. So now I'm focused and I feel good. So I think that's the big change.
What's been the most important lesson or most memorable thing that your father has told you as you head into this fight?
Oh my God. Most important? Train hard, discipline, running, sparring, because I'm stopped to sparring a lot before these years. So my dad always say, hey, you need to spar more. Sparring is the best exercise for boxing because it's the same. So for that particular fight, normally in last fights I sparring like 80 rounds, 90. So for this I sparred like 300 rounds. So that's a big difference. So.
I know this was a long time ago, but I wanted to ask you about it because I've always wondered about it. It seemed like there was so much going on with you before the Sergio Martinez fight. If you had it to do all over again, would you have walked away from that fight and said, I need a little break to like regather myself, instead of just jumping in there like the young man you were at that time?
No, of course I want to change a lot of things. A lot of things before this fight, because I'm distracting, use things, don't sleep. So, and after the fight, I don't have good people around me to teach me how to handle with my first loss. For me, this particular team is a breaking in my life, like before and after. So yes, of course I have like back 2-3 years after that fight, and I never recover again. It's not like physical, and it's mentally and physical, so I never be back again 100%. So now I'm back. So I want to find out if I'm still here, but I'm back. So.
Thank you so much.
Julio, just down here, you've spoken about how Jake's obviously the bigger man, so you feel like as the fight goes on, you might get to him late. Is that how you see the fight going? How do you see this fight going over to 10 rounds, or maybe even before?
I don't know really what the prediction for the fight because it can go the distance. It can be like even fight, or I see. I don't know him how to react with like a good attack. Put pressure on him for a couple minutes or rounds. Because I see him and travel, but only like 20 seconds, 30 seconds. So I don't know. Yes, I don't know. Maybe decision.
We haven't seen Jake hit all that much in his fights, especially not by someone as experienced as yourself. Do you feel that as well, that Jake hasn't taken a shot from a fighter of your caliber yet in his career?
Yes, of course. Like a new fighter, still feel that he need to leave like some memories in the ring. So feel pressure, feel more tired, feel that the other guy is better than you, but you have more desire to win. So that's things, is very important in the fights. So
yeah, when Jake obviously started his boxing career, he had a lot to prove. A bit like when you started your career for different reasons, because of your surname, him, because there's a celebrity. Do you see a little bit of your younger self in Jake resonate at all with the fact that he's had to prove himself in the ring like you did when you were younger?
It's 25 years, I'll have to say, a little bit, but I don't relate my history with this history, because it's different today. Today, it's like more money, more things in boxing. Before, when I'm a star because I love boxing, and it's nothing about outside of boxing, it's because I like to fight, so that's the difference. I think he boxed because he liked it, but he looks something in boxing and other things, business and other things. So for me, be the son of the best Mexican fighter ever, so I only thinking that I wanna be a fighter because I like it and I wanna feel the same than my dad, so I don't think he's the same, but.
Obviously, you've been in some massive fights, world title fights, won world titles. Where does this event rank in terms of how big an event it is and the caliber of this showcase?
I think it's one of the most popular, more mediáticos, sí. Popular, sí. In my career, I have some other fights, and I think bigger fights, maybe Canelo, maybe I don't know, maybe Martinez, couple. So it's one of the most biggest fights, yes, for sure.
Obviously, Jake was scheduled to fight Canelo, and then it fell through. How do you think that fight would have gone? Do you think he would have been in some big trouble?
No, I think Canelo is much better than him. It's not the same level, so that's why I say that my career is different than his career, because I don't think he has a chance with Canelo.
The way that Jake talks about this fight, obviously he gives you the credit, but he does keep saying that this is the fight that will take him on that journey to becoming a world champion. Do you feel like he's almost treating you like a stepping stone, and how do you feel about that? The fact that he's almost dismissing it, saying that he's going to take care of you and then move on to what he wants, rather than necessarily giving you the credit you deserve?
Oh, really? I don't pay attention on these situations because Jake is good in speak, so he can say whatever he wants. He say he want to fight Ocho, he want to be a world champion, he want to be the best in history of boxing. So I don't know if it's serious, these things, because I never want to say that I'm the best thing in boxing or something like that, because it's not true. So I don't focus on that. And for be a champion, you don't only need to defeat one good fighter. So you need to defeat a lot of fighters. So I want to take advantage of this opportunity. Yes.
Sorry if this question's already been asked, a bit late coming in here.
Last one.
You obviously have had a phenomenal career, as people have touched on. Your family is a fighting family, you've got the legacy there. What was the kind of resounding feeling when you went and you spoke to your dad and spoke to your family about fighting someone like Jake Paul? Were they behind it originally, or did you kind of have to explain why this would be good for you? Because I know some people still view him as coming from the YouTube world. What was the initial thoughts when you went and spoke to your family, given the legacy?
You know, it's impossible to like explain why exactly, but like everybody want the best things for himself. So I want the best fights. Jake is popular, so Jake is trying to box. Jake, he beat Mike Tyson, so Jake wanna fight me, and it's no way to say nah, you know, because I have another fight with KSI, another YouTuber for UK, but I prefer fight Jake Paul because the team is much popular and better boxing than KSI.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Julio. Thank you, everyone.